Hello, and welcome to 12-Minute Meditation, your weekly podcast from Mindful and Mindful.org that offers mindfulness meditations that are backed by neuroscience. The latest scientific research tells us that 12 minutes of meditation a day can yield benefits like increased attention, focus, creativity, calm, resilience, and compassion. So here on 12-Minute Meditation, we invite you to do your own practice with guided meditations from some of today's leading mindfulness experts. We bring you a new practice every week. 12-Minute Meditation offers you a way to bring the benefits of mindfulness right into your daily life. I'm Stephanie Domet, the managing editor at Mindful and Mindful.org, and this week, John Taylor with a practice for finding some peace and freedom after trauma. John is a mindfulness-based stress reduction teacher. He serves as adjunct faculty for UCSD's Center for Mindfulness. He lives in Greater Richmond, Virginia, where the primary focus of his work has been on racial equity and reconciliation initiatives. And here he offers a 5-step meditation for helping you find a greater sense of peace and freedom after trauma. Know that we have potential for healing, for positive change, for a greater sense of inner peace and even freedom. All this and more lies within each of us, he says. This practice is featured in the April issue of Mindful magazine, alongside a piece written by veteran journalist Robert Huber, which explores how mindfulness is helping survivors of gun violence navigate their pain and support their post-traumatic growth one breath at a time. You can find the April issue now on newsstands or in your mailbox if you're a subscriber, or you can check it out on mindful.org, which is where you'll find this podcast, or perhaps you find it through a podcasting platform, and perhaps you would leave us a review there. Your review can help other listeners decide whether 12-minute meditation is right for them. But for now, for you, here's John Taylor.
And so what I would like to offer is a version of the STOP or STOP practice. And so with the first letter S stands for stop. And in that stopping, we're simply noticing something that we would like to change within ourselves. We've noticed a particular situation, a stressor, and acting mindfully instead of the automatic response. We're choosing something different with intention. And so with that noticing, we'll move to the letter T. And we've noticed within this particular situation, a certain burden. And so moving to T, which is to take a breath. And as we know, allowing for these deep breaths brings us back to a greater state of equilibrium. And to a place of peace where all of the structures within our bodies can better support us. And particularly within our brain, we now understand that the entirety of our brain becomes more available. And so taking this time to take these deep breaths and moving to the letter O, which stands for observe. And with this greater sense of ease that we're cultivating, can begin to have an internal observation. And what I'd like to do is take you now on an exploration, on a journey, utilizing Viktor Frankl's quote that describes mindfulness. and reading. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space is our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and our freedom. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. And so let us explore this space. And within this observation, noticing a space between stimulus and response, let us imagine for a moment that there is a doorway. And there is the invitation for you to open this door to the space. And so you open the door and you begin to notice what is inside. Inside, there's something different. The air, the space feels quiet and peaceful. It has an energy similar to the energy, like perhaps when you were a child, in the families, to have a gathering, a celebration, perhaps in summer and there's a cookout, and where time begins to cease. The day we wish could go on forever. And we feel the joy and ease and peace and excitement. And moving from that scenario to perhaps another, we're visiting with one of the elders within our family. Is this grandmother, this great aunt, and just entering into the room, we feel her energy. We feel her love, her appreciation. She loves this generation, her grandchildren. And her love for you is just so palatable, just something you feel deeply just by entering into the room. And she sees you and she sees that you're in a bit of distress. And she invites you onto her lap. And you just sink into her arms. She offers you that loving embrace that just makes everything better than okay. And whatever the burden is that you've brought into the space, you can now observe it, see its shape, its size, recognize where it may be represented in your body, tension or stress, and yet with the energy of love and excitement and exploration and joy and a grandmother's peace, we can look at whatever this is and offer it this peace. And often begin to observe it changing And perhaps you're noticing some of the other pieces, other understandings, where it may be linked to other parts of your life. And with this energy and light that we've created within the space between stimulus and response, this burden becomes lighter, begins to lift. And with a greater understanding, we can offer it our grandmother's unconditional love and watch it transform. And then knowing that we can recreate this space at any time. And we can leave this special garden, this beautiful space is always here for you. And move to the next letter on the STOP, P. And we can proceed now in ways that are a little bit lighter, a little bit more aware. And so I make this offer to you and invite you to come back into the breath. And when you're ready, begin to wiggle fingers and toes and open your eyes and come back into the space, knowing that you have this wonderful tool that you can carry with you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of 12-Minute Meditation from Mindful and Mindful.org. I hope you enjoyed practicing with us. We'll be back in 7 days with another meditation for you.